my loves, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I am Talzi and I help you manifest love and a specific person or even a preferred version of your specific person. On this channel, yes, I am a tarot reader, but I'm also a psychic manifestation coach and a spiritual coach, and I like to infuse manifesting the universal law of assumption and mindset into all of my content in order to help you break unconscious patterns. And so yes, whilst I still do tarot, I do it with a twist, and maybe that is something that is rare to those of you that are new, that are from the tarot community, but I wanted to talk more about how we can actually marry the two. And we're diving into something that trips so many people up when they're actually wanting a specific person, whether you're from the tarot community or from the manifesting community. The whole idea about 3D circumstances, and in the context of tarot, certainly tarot readings are very, very accurate readings into energy, 3D, what you have been manifesting in the past, present, and potential future, what you're seeing, hearing, experiencing, and even how your specific person may be feeling and their potential next moves. Now, I want to explain and emphasize what I do in all of my readings, that you are not bound to your current circumstances or past or even future potential outcomes that are forecasted in a tarot reading. So even when a tarot reading tells you, how a person is feeling, what they are thinking, it is not actually set in stone, because in fact, it is just a snapshot of a reality that you have been selecting through a certain state of consciousness, and any of my regulars will know why I'm saying this. 3D is always an old story, and let's get something clear. If we're incorporating universal law, which is always in operation, guys, whether you're conscious or unconscious, what you're seeing right now in your 3D circumstances, including your specific person or any person that is part of a reading that you're watching, is actually the result of past thoughts, past beliefs, and past assumptions, conscious or unconscious, okay? It's old, it's expired, it's stale. A projected potential outcome is just based on one trajectory if your observation or your focus continues the same way. And so think of it like a movie that was filmed before, and I've used that analogy in other videos. You're watching playback now, but that doesn't mean it's currently being created. Okay, so if you do watch a tarot reading or even my tarot reading, it will show you a very, very accurate picture of you, how you feel, how your specific person feels, their potential next move, etc. But it's actually just something that you, in fact, as the operant power of your reality, as a conscious creator, have scripted. Now, you are absolutely able to change this. And as a tarot reader, let's talk about how I view energy, creation, and manifesting. And let me put this into perspective with readings. Many of you find me through my tarot readings, and tarot doesn't really predict a fixed future, in spite of how it has been popularized and, the cultural association with it. It can predict a future if there are no changes or if your focus doesn't change. But in fact, more so, it reads energy. It reads where you are now. So you, being the operant power, as I pointed out, your state, your beliefs, your assumptions, your observation, where your focus is. So think of the tarot cards and the channeling like a mirror. If you don't like the version of you or your specific person or even the circumstances and other characters in the show, because as I explained, you being the operant power, you're actually the one that has scripted your entire reality. So say in the example of having third parties or breakups, etc. This is not set in stone. You are and always have been the operant power, whether you realized it or not. Tarot is a reading of you pushed out, just like your specific person and anyone in your personal reality, okay? So if you want to shift a tarot reading or a prediction, shift your focus or shift your assumptions, and the story will shift too, or shift rather your state, shift the identity of you. As Neville would explain, it's about states of consciousness. Shift to the version of you that has a preferable outcome or a preferable story about self and said specific person. So let's talk about circumstances. This is very common in my tarot community. I'm blocked, or I'm still blocked. They haven't reached out in 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years. They said they don't love me. they're with someone else. I haven't heard from them in X amount of time. Last time we spoke, they said they never want to have anything to do with me. They are quote unquote hot and cold. So these come up all the time. And guys, I want to emphasize that these are circumstances that may feel very real, and the emotions connected to them are very real, because in your 3D, in your experience, your personal reality, they kind of are, or the sensory experience is very real. But here's the secret: circumstances only stick around if you believe they mean something. And most of us have been trained to think if it's happening, it must be true. But if you guys can really reverse engineer this in a different way, or think from a broader perspective and not the limited perspective that we've been trained to think, what if your entire experience that you're having right now is all on the basis of your perspective and your state of being? So let's talk about the law of assumption. If you were to deflect your focus from what has been or what you assume is going to happen next, and you were to create a new assumption, denying your logic, your senses, your 3D circumstances, you're essentially selecting a new prediction or outcome that is in existence in the entire quantum field, or the field of infinite possibility, which anyone that watches me regularly knows I talk about. So you can actually shift in any moment. This is the part that's really exciting. Whether you're watching a tarot reading and expecting someone to tell you exactly what your SP is going to do, what they're feeling, what they're thinking, and then you're basing it on that, or whether you're actually just like tired of watching tarot readings and being told the same old shit. Let's discuss how you can actually shift your state instantly, no matter what. You can always, in any moment, become the version of you who is chosen, loved, who has the communication that you're looking for, who has the consistency, who has the relationship, who is in a reality where there is no third party. And the 3D, which is your mirror, will instantly begin conforming to that. But you must actually have more faith in the unseen and in your decision and your thoughts and assumptions than what has previously shown up in the circumstances and what appears to be real. Don't wait for the 3D to change, and don't wait for a tarot reader to tell you that the 3D is changing. You must change your internal reality first, and the 3D will follow. The 3D is like a shadow world. It is old thoughts and assumptions that have then crystallized in some form of circumstances in what you're presently experiencing. Okay, so your assumptions are what sets your reality. Yesterday's thoughts and assumptions is what you're experiencing now, but today's thoughts and assumptions is what you will soon experience. Okay, how do you actually then persist even when the 3D is showing you the opposite? Let's talk about this. Or even when a tarot reading shows you the opposite of what you've been affirming or hoping for. Okay guys, remind yourself this: this story is an old story. It is an old version of me. It is an old version of my specific person, me pushed out. The circumstances mean nothing. They are a reflection of previous thoughts, assumptions, a buildup of thoughts that I had in relation to this specific person, or a story that I have about love and what I receive. Return to your new story, okay? You are the writer and director of the show. Affirm that story, visualize it, embody it, think from the end, as Neville said, right? So select the version of you who knows you already have the preferable version. Detach from what you are seeing right now, detach from the 3D, also detach from time, when, how, needing something now, because actually you do, in fact, as soon as you shift your focus in the version of you that you're being and make a decision that you have something, you already do. Reframe the 3D. If something that has happened triggers you and you keep returning to the old story, or you're watching a tarot reading and it reaffirms the old story, flip it. Say, this doesn't mean shit. This doesn't mean that my affirmations aren't working. This is some old story, or it doesn't resonate for me anymore, okay? Let the dead bury the dead. I'm going to talk about this on tomorrow's live stream. Next time you get discouraged by what you see, hear, or read, or what you view in a tarot reading, remember this: you're not here to react to the 3D, and you're not at some mercy of a tarot reading or some prediction saying that this is the outcome that you will experience. You're actually here to select and create your own experience. As I've said, you are the scriptwriter, director, you are the star of your show, your life, and you have infinite ways in which you can experience your life. So that means that everything in any given moment is changeable, because the 3D, it's just a mirror to you, and there are infinite versions of you and a specific person, and circumstances will shift according to that and only that. You've got the power to shift into a new version of reality right now, and that is why when I read tarot, guys, I always emphasize to you that you can absolutely re-script, reshift, change, shift your focus and select a different version of reality or a different outcome at any moment. If this has been helpful to you to kind of debunk the whole idea of tarot being a fortune-telling tool, or that your future is somehow set in stone, or if you've been feeling restricted by the readings that you're watching, then please let me know in the comments. And also, if you would like to watch my tarot readings where I do pick up on energy and certain dynamics and patterns between you and your specific person or in your love life, and I give you tips on how you can actually shift this and change this in order to get your preferable outcomes, please do subscribe and like. And let me know in the comments if I've been helpful to you in some kind of a way. Guys, your desire is done, whatever it is, the specific person, never mind the circumstances, never mind what has been experienced before or your current 3D. I'm sending you guys so much love, and I will see you guys in the next one.